Hey, it's BrickTsar.
And they might be bricks.
And it's time for Bat.
BrickTsar antsy.
Antsy. BrickTsar is antsy.
BrickTsar answers thingy.
I like BrickTsar antsy thingy. That's pretty good too. So anyway, we're going to answer two questions, but they're kind of tied together. And at first I didn't think this would be a very difficult question, and I almost didn't even answer one of them. But now, after thinking about this, it's like, oh man, this is a pretty good question. So the question is from Brick Blaze and also from Mardi Gras Man 23. Now Brick Blaze asked, "What are my top 10 themes from the 90s?" And at first I was like, can I even name 10 themes from the 90s? And then Mardi Gras Man 23 asked, what are my 10 favorite sets from the 90s? And that's a challenging question, and I'll let you jump in here in a minute, but in the 90s it's known for a lot of failed themes. We had our themes that just maybe weren't as popular, didn't do as well. Yeah. How do you say Scala? Is it Scala? There's Belleville, there's Snap. What are some of the other ones that weren't very good? I got a bunch of them. I wrote some of them down. There's so many bad ones. UFO. Remember that? That was kind of a sub-theme of space. Town Junior, which was City. It's actually called City. And this will get into something that you're going to say later. Freestyle, Basic, Slicers, and Primo. Did I say Primo?
No.
All right.
But I know what Primo is.
Yeah. So we're going to go through first my list of my 10 favorite themes from the 90s. So let's get right to it. And we're going to start with number 11. In my top 10 Lego themes.
It's like you should just do top 11. I was about to say top 10, 11 themes.
My top 10, 11 themes.
Yeah, that should be.
All right, so number 11 is Duplo. Do you know why I said Duplo?
Because Duplo is amazing.
Yeah, it really didn't fit in with the top 10, but it was like they made some really good Duplo sets in the 90s, and some of them had a lot of the different animals. They're bringing back more animals with new molds and stuff now. But
was Pooh Bear one of the things in the 90s, or was that early 2000s?
Might have been 2000. I don't remember seeing that when I was looking through the sets that came out in the 90s, but that's a good call there, young Padawan.
Because whenever, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I remember a long time ago I'd play with the Pooh Bear stuff, and I like all the nostalgia.
Yeah, so they didn't really have a lot of. That's the one thing in the 90s. It wasn't until the end of the 90s there were no. What do you call it when it's based on something? Licensed themes.
Yeah. There
weren't licensed themes. And we did get Star Wars, but I'm looking at my list, and Star Wars is not on my list. Did you know that?
No.
In my list of top 10 favorite themes, now Star Wars started in 99. Do you know why Star Wars is not on my list?
Because it was a horrible movie. That when it came out in 99.
Okay. I should explain in this discussion, when you say the theme, there are some really good sets, but that doesn't necessarily mean the whole theme was good. So, for instance, the airport shuttle came out. Does that mean the whole town theme was good? I don't know. All right. So anyway, Star Wars started in 99. All the sets are pretty bad. Yeah. And that's why it wouldn't even be up there.
But introduced new minifigure molds.
Yes, there were some good things about it for sure. But anyway, so number 10 on my list. Now this is going to be my personal preference. Yours may be different. Number 10 is Paradisa.
That's a good theme.
Got pink, a lot of pink parts. And no, it was not the best theme in the world, maybe for you guys out there, but they had the fun fair.
They had the restaurants, the beach stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, and that's exactly what I was thinking. You had the beach base plates.
Yeah, it's got different colors instead of just plain.
Right, and they had a big one, a small one, and then they had a molded base plate too. All right, number 9, and I don't know if this is technically a theme, and it's not even something that I personally liked then. But I see the value in this theme, and it's soccer. And now it really didn't go full blown until later, where they had actual bigger sets.
And they had a video game.
Yeah, But in the 90s, they made these little poly bags of you could have your team, and it'd be basically a blank minifigure torso, and then you get stickers and you could decorate it with your team. All of this was like, I guess, big in Europe, but that would be really cool to get blank minifigures that you could make however you want. Now you see a lot of guys doing tutorials or doing custom minifigs, and they gotta clean off
clay, you know, or they start off
and they gotta clean off the minifigure to do it. But that would be cool to get. I guess as a predecessor to the collectible minifigures, or just have minifigure packs, was those soccer sets that came out then. Number 8 is Model Team.
Is that like the 18? No.
Do you remember anything? I don't know if do you know any kind of Model Team sets?
I can't remember.
They're the ones that it kind of reminds you of Technic, except they don't have all those holes in it.
Because I remember at a train show some guy made a bridge out of it.
But they're not Technic.
Yeah, he said this is where Lego was trying to go with a type of Technic.
Yeah.
No.
So there are not a lot.
Or like Connects. It's similar to Connect.
So there's not a lot of Model Team sets, and they would kind of be like one year and another one. But there's some cool trucks that they made. They made some ships or a little speedboat, but that wasn't even my favorite. But the trucks were pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good for supports.
I think it was. Lego was going in the right direction with that, but they didn't stick with it, and that's now when we get things like the T1 camper van and the Beetle and the what was that green one, the Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
See, we love those now, but see, they were trying to do that back then. All right, number 7 is a sub theme of space. It's Mtron.
That's one of the best themes because it gives you the best space stuff. Like the best sets.
It's got magnets. That's what the Mtron.
Yeah.
See, I never bought a single Mtron set when I was actually.
I was like, then how do we have them?
No,
right
I'm talking about then when they were out on the shelves. But after acquiring all of them and building them, I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool thing.
See, I wish I could go back in time to see what Lego sets on shelves in like a toy store or something was.
I wish I took pictures when I was back there.
Because I want to see how the boxes have evolved through the years from cardboard to stained cardboard.
Yeah, they've changed a lot. All right, number 6 is Mindstorms, and this one barely gets in there. It came in like in the late part of the decade, but that was an awesome idea.
Yeah, I think that was probably like the best age of Mindstorms.
Yeah, and I think I have all of the Mindstorm sets that came out in the 90s.
Because they made Roblox that you can play with, and now they're just still pretty cool. EP3.
Right. Number 5 is Adventurers.
That's a really nice. I like that theme. That's like pre-Indiana Jones.
It's another thing that it's interesting that a lot of these that are on my list, I didn't even buy stuff in those themes when they were out when I was in that time period. I existed in the 90s. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. Number 4 is one you'll like. Is Blacktron.
Yeah, Blacktron.
Yes, Blacktron's a good one. And number 3 is Unitron. And I think
like all the Tron Lego things.
I think there's only 4 Unitron sets, maybe 5. I think there's 4. There's the Monorail, and then there's 3 smaller sets.
The Monorail is basically what made it popular.
Yeah. Number 2. Now, really, technically, I could have done this whole thing, and it would come down to just what my top 2 is, because those are the only 2 themes that I was really gung ho about in that when I was alive throughout the 90s. These were my 2 main themes. There was actually 3. My third one didn't even make the list, which was Castle.
That's what I was about to ask. I was like, what about Castle?
Well, because Castle is right at that time, and from 84 to 90, it was really good. There were some good sets in the 90s, but the rest of the 90s, they had Fright Nights and just Wolfpack. I just didn't like any of that stuff. So
what about the Robin Hood?
Those started in the late 80s.
Okay.
The only Forestman set, and I almost put that on my list, but there was only one set that came out in the 90s, the Forestman's River Crossing and a little Crusader cart, so maybe it was like two or 3 sets, but that Forestman, I like that.
Yeah, I like that one that we have built.
But now we're talking about the 80s mostly. All right, number 2 is Pirates. Pirates started in 89, and so 90 was, especially the early 90s, was a really good time period for Pirates. We got Skull's Ice Schooner, we got There's the Imperial Trading Post. There's a lot of cool sets.
Do they have 2 sets of like the Imperial like
the Eldorado Fortress?
Yeah, you got both of them. Like you should, can't you combine them? Like
I'm sure you could slide them together.
Wow.
And so, what's the number one theme for me?
9-volt trains.
9-volt trains. Yes. Very good.
That's like the best thing. That's like the reason why Lego was popular.
This is going to be a long video. You know what? I don't care.
Only true BrickTsar fans watch all of the video.
All right, and before we go to a word from our sponsors, we don't have a sponsor. I'm going to throw this in the middle of the video because we did a giveaway of the what did I give away?
The X-Wing.
The X-Wing fighter, Poe's X-Wing fighter. And I even mentioned it in a video, much like this. It was a BrickTsar answer thingy video, I believe. And the Jimmer contacted the winner. They never responded. So now they've had to select another winner.
Ooh.
So, and I think he's already replied. In fact, the guy from Jimmer said that he got a reply almost immediately. It's Ralph. You won, Ralph.
Like there's like 3,000 Ralphs watching our video.
Yeah. So, and I'm not doing a special video right now for that. I want to make sure when I hear from him, the winner, and then we'll make more of an official announcement. But yeah, I'm not going to be burned by saying who the winner is and then they never reply. That's the one thing I hate about giveaways. I can't tell you how many times we've done giveaways and the winner doesn't respond.
No, it's like it's so hard to do giveaways.
I can't even give anything away.
Yeah, that's what, like when you can't give away what the giveaway was.
Yeah, you should give something away, and then I go to a giveaway. I literally had one where I had 3 prizes, 2 people did not respond at one.
I bet they were like the people like you should do a giveaway.
So and then I had one. There were 5 things I was giving away, and I had like 2 or 3 didn't respond, and then I contacted the next runner-up, and they didn't respond. It's like, come on, people. All right, so now hopefully this part will go a little faster. This is going to be our top 10 Lego sets from the 90s. And he's got an idea of ones that he likes, and maybe when I get done with my list, he can mention
I
that.
just have like a...
Or if I mention it, it might be... some of them are probably...
I just have like a 30-second part in this whole video of my favorite stuff.
Well, I think a couple of these may be on your list. But I don't think the first one will be.
I know what the first one is.
Number 11! Which is actually, in this time, in my top 10 favorite sets, we're going to start with number 12.
Top 10, 12 favorite sets.
Yes. It is, I got to look up the number, set 2775. The bathroom! Not only did it come with a toilet, it had a pink lid. So, it's a DUPLO set. All right, so...
Oh, I know that set. We put, like, brown 1x1 sets
yes,
in
that's
it.
DUPLO toilets are so much more fun to play with.
Because they're bigger.
You can put actual bricks and plates in there.
They put a 2x4 brick and up your logo.
You can even put the white 1x1 round, like somebody clogged it with the toilet paper.
Or like they pulled a piece of toilet paper and flushed the toilet and it keeps going and going and going.
And now you see why I haven't shaved in 2 days. I get sidetracked really easy. All right, so number 11 is the Forestman's River Fortress at 6071. So that is the castle set. That's probably my favorite castle set from the 90s.
I was just thinking, is like you said, you get sidetracked easily from like with the shaving. It's like you're shaving and like all of a sudden, oh, I have an idea for a video, and like you just do
half
shave. Yeah, it's like Two-Face.
Yeah. I did remember to eat breakfast this morning. All right, number 10 in my top 10 is the Imperial Trading Post. I forgot to write the number down. I think that's 6277. I'll try to remember to put it the number with the picture. That's the big pirate trading port.
It's not that big. It's around this big.
And when I wrote down a list of the sets I like, I thought that one was going to be higher on my list. But then as I started kind of shuffling things around, you've never actually seen that one in person.
No, I've seen the one that's...
We have the box to it, but not the set.
I've seen it on the internet. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I bought a clearance. How I got the box is Walmart had a return item. It was that set, and most of the pieces were missing. I got it for like
When?
back in the early.
I'm about to say I was like
90s.
2000 and like
I've had the box for like 26 years.
No, I thought you were like a day ago you went and they had that. And I'm like,
no.
let's go to that Walmart more often.
Back in the 90s. All right, number 8 and 9 are going to go together, and this is why my list got all mixed up and I had too many items, because a couple of these I couldn't separate, and one of them was, or two of them, is 4554, the Metro Station, and set 2150, the Metro Station. One's yellow and one's blue.
Oh, I know those.
The yellow one came out first, and then the red one. They look very similar. They're not exactly the same
because they're different colors.
Well, yeah, but there's some other differences too. But
I think I like the. I want to say I like the yellow one better, but I still like the red one because
I think the red one looks good.
Yeah.
But the yellow one looks bigger for some reason. I used to own both of those, and I don't own them right now. And they're in my wanted list, so I am looking at getting those for less than $150 each.
It's like you haven't accidentally sold, but want back again list.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, that's the other thing, is that every item on this list I own or have owned, except for those two in the Imperial Trading Post. Well, actually, I have owned I actually had a completed one as well. But anyway, so let's go to number 7. It's the Crocodile Locomotive. Do you know which one that is?
Yeah, I know which one that is. We have it somewhere, but it's not somewhere over there. But it's got the two cars.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's a articulated red locomotive. Looks pretty cool.
They made a newer version of that.
Yeah, that was in the factory set. All right, number 5 is the barcode reader truck, 8479. Do you know what that one is?
Barcode reader truck.
It's green. It's a big green truck, and then you can make a little green car that you can, and you scan the barcode with a little like Mindstorms type thing. You scan it, and then that's how you program it.
No, I've never seen that.
You really haven't seen that? I guess you were too young the last time I built it. So I have 2 of those.
When's the last time you built it?
Probably I've had it built here. At least the car I did for sure. And the truck picks up tires and dumps them in the back of the truck. It's kind of like a garbage truck thing.
I think if I see
or
it,
scoops. I can't remember.
I kind of.
It scoops the tire up and goes.
Okay, I know.
I'm doing Pilates here.
It's like I think if I have distant memories of '90s robot type sets like that. I bet if I see it, I'll know what it is.
Okay. All right, wait a minute, was that number 6 or 5? Did I say 5? That was number 6. It doesn't matter.
It's like you rewrote because you had to.
I changed this list so many times.
It's like 1 is 2 and then 3.
Right, this is number 5. So whatever the barcode reader was number 6. I can't read my own handwriting. Number 5 is the Skull's Eye Schooner, set 6286 or 89. I get that mixed up with the Black Seas Barracuda. That's the big pirate set.
Yeah. Wait, what's it called again?
Skull's Eye Schooner.
Okay.
Or is it Schooner? All right, is it shul or school? Is it schedule or schedule? Is it schooner or schooner? Somebody tell me. I need to know. Not really. All right, number 3 and 4, and this is another one that I have to keep them together because you have to put them together. It's kind of like buying the Rancor pit. You got to put Jabba's palace on top of it. It doesn't look. I mean, those 2 sets have to go together. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting upset. I don't know why. It's the Metroliner and the Club Car set 4558 and 4547. They go together. Yeah. So those cool trains. That's number 3 and 4.
Metroliner's probably one of my favorite 9-volt trains.
Yeah. So number 2 on my favorite sets from the 90s is the Unitron Monorail.
Monorail's always going to be in this. Always.
Unitron Monorail was awesome.
I bet if they brought back Monorail, Lego would make tons and tons of money.
They were going to make some other Monorail sets, but
they were going to have a Aqua type one with fish and stuff.
It was either AquaZone or I think it was AquaZone back then. I don't remember. I didn't like the Aqua theme, but
that would have been cool to have.
All right, I was alive in the 90s.
It looked bigger than any of the other ones.
Which one?
The Aqua one.
Yeah.
Come on, Lego. Why do you do this?
Well, I'll tell you why. Okay, going back to what I was saying a minute ago, I was alive in the 90s, and I remember those sets sitting on the shelves, and I remember wanting to get them, but you know why I didn't get them?
Why?
Couldn't afford them. They were big. You know, they came in those big boxes. They were expensive, and you know, then you had the accessory packs if you wanted to get more tracks, and it's just I couldn't afford it. All three of the monorails, the one that came out in the 80s, the Futuron, and the Unitron, those are the space themed ones. I couldn't afford them. So
I wish Lego would just bring it back. Come on,
yeah.
Lego.
It didn't do well because, and really a lot of the 9-volt trains didn't do well either, like the Metroliner and the freight and
Is it because
railway.
they're dangerous?
No, because they were expensive.
Oh.
Because you went from Lego sets, $50 would be a lot to pay for a set in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, that was just like a massive, I'm getting the Black Monarch's castle. That's, big set.
And now $50 now for a Lego set.
And that's like a small
big.
set. It's like, I got the Raptor, the Raptor Escape.
Oh, I got the Star Wars Force Awakens Battle Pack.
Right. So then you got this set sitting there. I don't remember what the retail price was. I know like the Metroliner was like $130, which was like, it doesn't even have the Transformers. So, and I'm sure it was similar with the this one. The Monorail.
I bet if they brought it back as if they redid Lego Legends and they had that back as $130, people would get it.
Yeah, and I think people's level of being able to acquire stuff now is different than it was then. And I think if Monorail came back, it would go off
blast
the shelf.
off.
It would go off the shelf because you'd have people like me buying.
Didn't you have a dream that they made it like a roller coaster and you got 2 of them?
I always have those kinds of Lego dreams.
Because I have a dream that Lego would do something that their customers want them to do.
I used to have the dream that I walked through the woods and there was this Kmart in the woods, and I'm finding all these sets that I never saw before that were like in the older box styles from the 70s and early 80s, and everything was like a quarter. And then I was filling up my shopping cart and I couldn't find my wallet.
That would stink. Oh my gosh, if that was real.
I mean,
do you know how horrible it was? Like, why?
This is only a quarter.
It's like, but I have no. It's like it's like you look in your wallet and you have 24 cents.
I didn't have a wallet.
That would stink.
It's like that dream Patrick had where he lost the quarter, and like it was only a dream.
But it's like that. Like he was in a huge empty room with one little.
He was riding a little ride,
and
like, his last quarter fell in, and he couldn't ride it no more. And he's like, SpongeBob was like, "It's a dream." Number 1 on our list of sets is
Space Shuttle.
No, Airport Shuttle.
Oh,
that's the
monorail. That's the best monorail set.
All right. So, were there any sets that maybe you were thinking of that I didn't include on this list? I knew the Airport Shuttle and the Unitron Monorail would be in the Metroliner. Those are ones you like.
The Space Shuttle.
There is an early Space Shuttle.
That one at the very corner. That's the tall red one. That would have been my number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Space Shuttle.
And then Airport Shuttle, and then the not Futuron, the Unitron monorail, and then the I can't think of anything.
I should have. Well,
I just went through all the list. All of mine are basically right there.
That's what I told you. I told you like them. You would like them, and especially some of the ones we don't have, like the Imperial Trading Post
or that Aqua set that Lego never made. That was going to be a monorail.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. All right. So, what are your favorite sets from the 90s? Feel free to comment. If you're still watching, I appreciate it because this was one of the longest bat videos ever.
Oh, I forgot to say something. The reason why I like the Space Shuttle set so much is because that's when Lego was able to use NASA in their sets. Now they just use the
made-up names.
Now they don't even use a space company name. They just have like the classic space logo, except going up.
Yeah, that's what I remember. A lot of those sets did have NASA, and
that's
even then when they did the Discovery sets, those all had NASA.
Those were that's when that was before they.
That was in 2000, so
like 2000, like they quit doing the space shuttle program in 2011.
Yeah. So anyway, combine 2 things in one here. Thank you to those that have watched this long. This is the BrickTsar answer thingy. If you have a question that you would like to answer, we'll try to do it more succinctly next time. But like I said it writing down this stuff, and I got excited thinking about it, and I was like, man, the 90s was such a dark period in Lego history. It's like they were heading down, And if you look at some of the sets that came out in the late 90s, it was really, really, really bad. But
and then Star Wars came along.
these are some really cool sets and themes that we did like. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks, They Might Be Bricks, for joining us, and we'll see you in another video.
Bye.
The video.
25 minutes.
Awesome. Now, are you going to show how to? You know, when you do a video that's that long, one thing I find it's hard to stay excited through the whole video.
The reason why I was able to get through this whole video is because there's something I'm interested in.
So you think
I like talking about old Lego stuff?
All right, so you're 14. You weren't even so you were born after the 90s were over. Would you even be? I mean, you think another kid your age would be interested in a video like this?
No. Well, unless it's like a kid has a dad that's an AFOL like this.
Hey, Dad. Yeah. So,
did you see the Scala set on sale on Bricklink? It was like you're supposed to be 18 or older and have Bricklink.
What other kid in the world just got excited over a DUPLO toilet?
I remember getting excited about that. We were having some friends over.
I gotta find.
And you having some friends over, like, you should do this for this person, and I put the poop in there.
I think that may actually be in the video I did. I did a terrible series. Remember the LED? That was horrible.
You should. That was actually.
I actually see somebody do. I saw a video. I didn't actually see the video. I saw a thumbnail video where somebody did like cool Lego pieces, and I'm like, yeah, I've been there. I did that. Maybe the pieces I did weren't so cool. I think a toilet is pretty cool.
But like the pieces you did were some that no one has ever heard of. That's why I like those videos.
Yeah. Now, how do you stay looking excited for a whole video?
I don't have to because I'm a kid.
Okay. It's like you tape your eyes up.
Oh yeah. Look, am I excited yet?
Thumbnail face. Wait a minute. That doesn't have anything to do with the video, though.
If they watch the video, then they'll know.
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.